All right. Hello, everyone. How are you today? Happy Friday. This is the 27th of August. I hope you're having a great Friday. So let's get started. Let's check some charts now today on Forex pairs and gold and some other markets and see what's happening in the market right now. So yeah, I just came back home after I meet one of these my friends at the mall. And today is a relaxing day too. Looks like market's a bit ranging. I was looking for a buy chance on a couple pairs today, but the market actually goes backwards. So I have no positions as of now. But let's see what we can see. We might see some other opportunities in lower time frames. So let's screen charts and see if we can find anything. So once again, thank you for joining on this live stream. Today, this is on the Friday, on the 27th of August. And for those who are new to my channel, my name is Kei, and I am a full-time Japanese Forex trader here living in Dubai from this July. Before July, I was in Tokyo, but after July, I'm living here in Dubai. And this channel's goal is all about using Ichimoku to capture which market is trending, which market is retracing, and to improve a trace. And the ultimate goal for this YouTube channel is to help you become a non-losing trader. So hopefully you enjoy today's live session. So let me squeeze my face and briefly, before starting, this information, this contents is basically based on my own understanding, experience, knowledge. So when you take trades, please do with your risk management. And if you can please follow the guidelines and rules on this live stream, that would be great. So let's see who's here first. Quickly say hi to everyone in the chat. Gautam, David, Gabby, and Kale, Won, Arthur, Ben, Blackwater, Victor, and Nami. Thank you for joining. And everyone else in this live stream, thank you for joining. So let me switch to the trading view and see what's happening. All right, so as far as I see the higher time frames, there's no trends. So today I think I will pretty much screen charts and see what's going on in the market. Euro JPY was downtrending, but since the 25th, after the market breaks the descending trend line as well as this Tenkan-sen, Kijun-sen, it is retracing back to the Kumo. So today, next week could be bullish on this one, Euro JPY. So we might see uptrend in the lower time frames. I think that will also be the case. But even so, this uptrend could be very small because it's basically retracing. And from here, it might go down. So it's either the market comes back to the Kumo or reverses all the way, or simply go down to the previous downtrend. So yeah, in this case, it's very difficult to tell because the price is within Tenkan-sen, Kijun-sen and Kumo. And also Chikou span is overlapping the past candles. And this is the sign of range. It's a sign of the range market. So yeah, simply you stay away, or if you see some trend directions in lower time frames, you can still take trades in that direction. Maybe today, since the market is quiet, we can look at the lower time frames and talk about the 5-minute chart or even 1-minute chart price actions. But let me see before what's happening other markets. All right. Thank you for joining, everyone. Great to see you once again. Good to see you here in the chat and also on this live stream. Yeah, thank you for the comments also. Yeah, stay gold. All right. Thank you for joining. And Blackwater, thank you for the reminder. If you like, please place the like button before you leave so that it keeps me going. And let's see. KL said today XAUSD is very strong. Is it the news? Gold is strong today, but in overall is still ranging to me as per daily chart. There's no direction, so I have no positions on gold right now. Yeah, let me quickly check gold and see what's happening. So this is gold, and yeah, the price is at in between Tenkan-sen Kumo, retracing backward still, and it is bullish after this huge crash on the beginning of August. Afterwards, the market looks bullish, and it looks like it is going into the Kumo now. And Tenkan-sen is up, but Kijun-sen flat, and Chikou span overlapping. So this is still range to me. It's range, and in the lower time frames, it might be uptrend. So let me see. This is 1 hour chart, and we see no trends on this one. Right now, Kumo's flat, and Kijun-sen flat, Tenkan-sen retracing backwards, and the Chikou span is above the candles, but this is a bit too close to the previous candle, and we have this outside bar. There was a news in the US. If you notice it, there was a Jackson Hole and also Fed speech in the US, and it looks like it's causing this spike right now. And this is an outside bar. So the previous high for the current forming candlestick is on 1802, and the previous low is here all the way down at 1784, and the previous candles 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 candles has been engulfing by this current forming candlestick, and this is a type of outside bar. And when you see this outside bar structure on the candlestick, we better wait until the market breaks either direction. Otherwise, it can be range or kind of spiky market still continuously. So I would wait until the market breaks either direction and follow that breakout direction. And until then, I will do nothing because once again, Kumo's flat and Kijun-sen flat right now. This is very tricky market. Yeah, this is also like Y-wave structure. Y-wave is a type of Ichimoku wave structure where you see the highs are higher and lows are lower, and this is expanding Y-wave. And when I see Y-wave on specific time frame, I won't take any trades because this is a very tricky market. So there was a big news in US that caused ups and downs in the market. Let me look at the 5-minute chart and see how exactly this long candlestick formed after the news. So let me go down to 5 and simply look at the price action. And in the 5-minute chart, you see this huge candlestick here, which was caused by the news. Right after the news, the market went up and down, and now it's in the range. And also, let me just look at the 1 minute and see how these wicks are formed, because the market might go up and down and settle here, or it might went down first and up next and then settle here. So let's see how the market was formed based on 1 minute. So here is 1 minute chart. So looks like in 1 minute, once the market was sold, after the news, the market sold here heavily, and then it jumped up all the way, and it retraced backwards. And looks like it is uptrending now. In 1 minute, it's uptrending, so most likely the market will break the previous high at 1802.06 level upwards. If I see the breakout, then that will be a great buy chance. But otherwise, it could be range still. It might be range, or it might break downwards too. So until we see the breakout, we have to hold in this case. There might be some double top and retraces backwards too. Any of these scenarios can possible, in this ranging market. So until we see the fact, we have to wait. Yeah, always trade by the fact. We can't trade by the hope. All right, so let's see. Yep, thank you for joining, everyone. Great to see you. Gamer says, "Hi Kay, can I use the Ichimoku in lower time frame for scalping?" And I don't recommend that you use Ichimoku for scalping. Like you can technically show Ichimoku here in 1 minute, and you see Kumo, Kijun-sen, Tenkan-sen, Chikou span. But based on my own experience, even if you show Ichimoku like this, it doesn't really work because sometimes you see these big spikes up and down, and which causes the Ichimoku lines to be not really aligned with Kihon Suchi numbers or aligned with other lines of the Ichimoku. So I would say you can use Ichimoku in a daily chart, or in 1 hour chart is okay, but if it's too low, I would prefer to use other indicators to support the confirmations. Yeah, so the market is going up now, but let's see if it becomes double top and reverses, or it goes up and bounces and goes up this way. Until we see either scenario, you have to hold it, because we never know which way it goes. And this is where patience comes. We have to be patient until we see the fact. So the market goes up continuously or reverses backwards from here. We will see. Behind the scenes says Ichimoku loses its accuracy below the 1 hour chart time frame. It's best to use Ichimoku in 1 hour, 4 hour chart or daily time frames. Yeah, I agree. I think you better use Ichimoku in higher time frames. The higher the time frames, the better Ichimoku works. So you can even use weekly or monthly or even yearly chart. You can use it. And as we talk, the market breaks the previous high now. But let's see if it reverses backwards from here or not. And this is about the price action. It's about the price action. We see the breakout. But if you see the 5-minute chart, it is still forming. So let's see if it breaks upwards or not. Usually after the news, market becomes active. Especially when it breaks out like this, the market becomes active and usually tends to go towards that direction. So, oh yeah, so this is good. This is a nice entry. I mean, this is a nice breakout, I would say. So I will come back to 1 hour chart. And in 1 hour chart, I see Kumo flat, Kijun-sen flat still. So the market can reverse backwards anytime. So I prefer to hold. But in terms of price action, based on 5-minute chart, as a scalper, I think this would be a buy chance. There is a previous resistance level here at over here at 1805.1614 level, but so we'll see if it's going to be resisted here or not. All right, thank you for joining, everyone. Great to see you. Happy Friday to everyone. Okay, yeah, you can use any indicators in lower time frames. Yeah, I use personally Bollinger Bands, stochastics, and Fibonacci levels and lines, price actions to capture the trading edge in lower time frame. But technically, you can use any indicators, in my opinion. So that says, what I did was to execute a buy and sell position without having a stop loss, and I profited on both positions. I was a very dangerous trade. Yeah, I think it was a dangerous trade. Like you have no stop loss, that means like you have no seat belts on the freeway, on the highway. So yeah, make sure to place stop loss and make sure to cut loss when the market goes against you. And this is about risk management. You have to cut risk and take trades after cutting the risk. Okay, one says, recommend on USD CAD, please. All right, USD CAD, let's say. I think it is also ranging in higher time frames, but we might see something interesting in lower time frames. So USD CAD, this is the daily chart, and I show Ichimoku, and Kumo's up, and Kijun Sen flat. Chikou span has been overlapping, so this is range. The market can retrace all the way back to the Kumo or this ascending trend line. So, and looks like it's been selling right now. The USD looks to be sold after the news. So, let me go down to 1 hour chart. In 1 hour chart, yeah, I can see that the market retraced all the way back to Kumo. So the Kumo flat, Kijun Sen is up, but Tenkan Sen down, and Chikou span is about to be touching the candles, and this is retracing. So this might be the beginning of the downtrend, because from here I can see that there was a head and shoulders. There was head and shoulders in the past, and neckline has been broken, so it might be downtrend and all the way down to this ascending trend line. Looks like the turn of the news was negative for some reason. I haven't checked the news yet, but it looks like USD is sold after the Jackson Hole. We can tell from the currency strength chart. So this is today's currency strength chart. You can see that the wow, USD is so weak right now. And JPY is also very weak after the news, and New Zealand and AUD has been quite strong right now. As a risk hedge, this is USD JPY is going down, and AUD New Zealand are going up right now. So in that sense, we see the trend on USD AUD. So let's check USD AUD pair. It should be going down right now heavily. So USD AUD, let's see, where is it? Sorry, AUD USD. So yeah, so here is AUD USD. The market should all the way up like this. But let's look at the daily chart. Always look at the daily chart and break it down to lower time frames as a day to swing trader. So this is the daily chart. Looks like the market broke the Kijun Sen, and it might retrace all the way back to Kumo in this case. So the market could be uptrending after this. It's my initial thoughts about this daily chart. And if you look at the forward chart, there is a Kumo breakout. There was a Kumo breakout before, and afterwards the market went into the Kumo, and this is the second time Kumo breakout. And Kumo itself is a bit flat right now, but Kijun Sen is up, and Chikou span above the candles. So from here, the market could go up in this direction. So I think AUD USD is one of the good pairs to look for buy after the news today. It strongly reacted by the news. So yeah, it broke the previous high also. The previous high in the forward chart at 0.7278, and from here it might go up in this direction. So, and this is 1 hour chart. There is a huge uptrend bullish candle, but the Kumo is a bit too thin. So when I see the very thin like Kumo like this, you don't want to buy here. The market could retrace. So the market could retrace back to the previous resistance level at 0.7278, and it marks the end wave. And when you see this potential pushback, then you see the Kumo to be thicker. And after the market breaks the high, second time, and you will see the uptrend. So until it happens, I would wait in this case. And this is about timing. You can capture whether the market tends to retrace backwards or not by Kumo thickness. And in this Kumo, I would say that this is too thin. So visually speaking, when you see this Kumo very thin like this, the market could retrace. This is something that you have to remember. If you want to use Ichimoku in any time frames, it works like that. So yeah. So in that sense, I have to wait. So let me go down to 5. In 5-minute chart, the market breaks the resistance level, and so we have to wait until the market retraces and bounces and goes up in this direction. The market could go up continuously a bit more and retraces and goes up in this direction too. But anyhow, for the market to be continuously uptrend from here, we have to wait for the market to be consolidating and charge energy for the next move. Because as we see earlier, in 1-hour chart, the Kumo is too thin, so the market needs to consolidate to be stable and continuous uptrend in this direction. And this thinness of the Kumo happens when you see the big spike in the market. Alright, Hussein says, I'm very much happy because Euro USD is going up and it's a great opportunity for short again. What is your view? So let me come back to Euro USD in a minute. Yeah, after the news, looks like USD is sold so much. You can tell from this currency strength chart as of now. Yeah, let's see. All right. Oh, Velosapien, thank you for the reminder also for the like button on this live stream. Yes, if you liked it, please press the like button before you leave so that it keeps me going. That would be great. Let's see. Milos says, Mr. K, do you trade the breakout at once or do you wait for the retracement for entry? So it depends on how Kumo is formed. If you see the Kumo be thin like this, then I wait for the retest. Wait for the pushback and look for buy afterwards. But if you see still Kumo thick, like in this way, if you see Kumo thickness after this breakout, then I still look for buy right now. So it depends on how Kumo is forming at the breakout. And you can find a clue. Kumo is very powerful. If you master Kumo, it's like a treasure for you. Kumo is like visually easy to understand market condition and direction and momentum. Hale says, Mr. Powell says, well, tapering until the end of this year. Okay. So it looks like USD is going to weak in that sense. I think towards the end of the year, USD could be weaker and weaker, so we have to watch out. That's about the fundamental analysis. I think it's a big news towards the end of the year. Let me see if US indices reacted by this news. Let's see. What about Dow Jones? Yeah, looks like Dow Jones is going up right now. But still, in the daily chart is range. And let's see. Nasdaq broke the previous high. after the news, it broke the previous high and it is uptrending continuously. And S&P also is uptrend still. And this one is also outside bar. You can find the outside in this daily chart. Sorry about my poor handwriting. Hold on, let me delete these lines. So this is an outside. So we have to wait until the market breaks the outside and continuously look for buy chance afterwards. But Kumo's up, Kijun Sen up, Tenkan Sen up, Chikou span above the candles in this S&P, so this is bullish. And I guess oil is sold. Let me see. Let me go to commodity and US oil. And oh, looks like it's uptrending, but broke the previous low a couple of days ago. Now it's kind of retracing backwards, but overall still be ranging. So oil, we're not sure which way it's going. And gold is ranging too. Due to that news, it was bought initially, but once again it created this huge engulfing outside structure outside. So now we have new outside like this. There's new outside, so we might see the range market afterwards. So basically, when you see outside like this, we have to wait until the market breaks the previous high on 1806.34 and look for buy. Otherwise, it can be range some more days or some more weeks, I think. But we'll see what happens afterwards. Let's see. And coming back to some Forex pairs. So AUD USD broke the previous high now after the big news in the US, Jackson Hole, and due to Powell's speech, it broke the previous high now. But Kumo's very thin, so we have to wait until the market pulls back and wait until the market Kumo forms thicker and longer for this uptrend to be persistent. Yeah. And let's see if we see any other market where Kumo is thin after the news. In 1 hour chart, we might see the similar things. So like this, AUD-JPY also. If you can look at the AUD-JPY 1 hour chart, you see very thin Kumo like this. So when you see the very thin Kumo like this, the market can retrace. I mean, at least there's no enough buying power from here. So the market needs to retrace. And after the pushback, the market will go up continuously. Yeah, this is the basics of the supply and demand. No market will continuously go up or down. It needs to consolidate and get ready for the next move, which is the principle on any markets. Yeah, let's see if so looks like Euro USD. So here's Euro USD 1 hour chart. It went all the way up, but you can see Kumo's also very thin in 1 hour chart. So the market could retrace backwards. Or consolidate. Or it will consolidate for a while and it could go up afterwards like this. And it may take time. Usually when you see the very thin Kumo like this, it may take a couple of hours for the Kumo to form bullish stably and breaks out in that direction. Otherwise, it can retrace all the way back to Kijun-sen or Kumo. And let me see if it gave any impacts on cryptocurrency. So let me check Bitcoin. Let me check the Bitcoin and if the news impacted Bitcoin. Also looks like Bitcoin also went up all the way after the news. So it looks like there is a correlation between USD and Bitcoin. Looks like Bitcoin is also considered as a risk hedge, and that's why it's both right now. So the market has been downtrending since the 23rd of August. It has been downtrending, but after this Kumo breakout, it might go up afterwards. So we will see on that on Bitcoin. So I will try to cover as many charts as possible after this big news, so that you can kind of see correlations between the news and the impacts on other markets. Ethereum also bought. Ethereum is also bought. It broke the Kumo upwards, but you see Kumo is not twisted yet, so it might retrace backwards. And also the price is at the previous resistance level here, so it also reminds me of retracement from here. Yeah, I think this is a bit tricky market right now. So after the news, the market spikes up and down, and that's why we have to wait until we see the stable trend. Let's check some indices. What about Nikkei? Nikkei doesn't move so much after the news, but these US indices were bought after the big news, and Euro stocks was also bought, and FTSE 100 UK was also bullish, is also bullish right now, and CAC France is not so much impact by the news, and DAX index was also bought after the news, and Nifty became bearish. Nifty doesn't have any correlation, looks like, but this is still uptrending. We see Kumo up, Kijun Sen up, and Chikou span above the candles in 1 hour chart in Nifty. So this looks to be still uptrending. It might go up next week. It looks like all the indices are basically strong right now. And yeah, Australia also bought. And Hang Seng doesn't impact so much, wasn't really impact so much. So after the news, after FOMC or any big news in the market, you can kind of see charts in this way and find correlations, because sometimes correlations might change. In theory, when USD is sold, then JPY tends to be bought, and also gold tends to be bought, right? But today it was different. Today, after the news, if you see the currency strength chart once again, you can see that the USD was sold, and also JPY was sold too. JPY is on this light blue, and it was also sold. But instead, AUD was bought, and New Zealand was also bought. So this was the turnout about the news. And it can be changed. It can be different among which news we have, and also what kind of impact news gives to the world, which is also kind of interesting to watch. But at the same time, we can't really expect whether the market will be reactive by the news or not. And that's why I don't trade by the news. I always come back to the chart after the news and follow the direction. So coming back to the Euro USD, this is up. It broke the previous high. However, once again, the Kumo is too thin. So I wait for the retracement until Kumo gets thicker and longer. And Kijun Sen should also point upwards, and Chikou span should be above the candles. And finally, I look for buy chance. So after the news, and we never know how long it's gonna take until the market to be going up like this. It might take hours, or it might take a couple of days to see the stable and continuous uptrend as per Ichimoku. But anyhow, after I see it, then I'll come back to the chart and start to look for the trading edge. Malo says, thank you, Mr. K. I have been losing this week due to impatience. Yeah, looks like market has been ranging this week. So you could scalp or you could intraday trade. But yeah, I think it's better to be patient until we see the next big move in the market. Otherwise, you might lose over time. All right, thank you for joining, everyone. Great to see you on this happy Friday. Alex says, I hope we start seeing more correlation between flat currencies and cryptos. Yep, we'll see. I think also depending on news, depending on what kind of news it is, it's either impacting cryptos or not. But most likely, news in the US impact the cryptos. So every time we see big news in the US, we have to watch out if you're trading cryptos. Akbar says, sir, do you use Ichimoku in smaller time frames like 10 minutes or 15 minutes? I don't. I only use Ichimoku in 30 or higher time frames. Yeah, in the lower time frames, I recommend everybody to use other indicators or simply look at the price action lines or candlestick patterns. I think it's better. Yeah, the pros about the Ichimoku is because it's a bit lagging, you can capture the trend direction and market momentum nicely. Whether it's trending, ranging, Ichimoku can capture very nice. But when it comes to looking for trading edge, or when it comes to seeing charts in lower time frames, Ichimoku is a bit too lagging, and I think that's a con about Ichimoku. I have tested Ichimoku in lower time frames. I was also applying Ichimoku in 1 minute for a while, but I didn't get confidence. Sometimes I see fake breakouts, fake Kumo breakouts, fake Sanyaku signals in 1 minute or 5 minute charts, or even 50-minute charts. I see some fake signals than higher time frames. So I don't recommend anyone to use Ichimoku in lower time frames. All right, Dimar says, thank you, Kay. Intraday has been quite good trading on the Nikkei. Yeah, Nikkei has been going up and down right now. So after the P wave breakout, yeah, looks like it's moving up and down. So as an intraday, I think indices are pretty good, especially Nikkei. I think it's pretty good. Okay, Tim says, greetings from Australia. Thank you so much for sharing your talent, advice, and skills. You're welcome, Tim. You're welcome. Anytime you can just come back to my YouTube channel, and I always here to share my thoughts and ideas to everyone. Okay, so looks like after the news, the market usually tends to be quiet. So I guess we're gonna probably stay away, maybe a couple of hours. And this is Friday, so I think it's better to come back to chart next Monday, because I think it's gonna retrace and ends the day today on any market. So Amit says, hi, use Ichimoku in lower time frames along with other PA tools and indicators, especially Chikou and Kijun-sen. Okay, yeah, Chikou span, Kijun-sen are good to use. Yeah, lower time frames, I think it's pretty good. Yeah, in lower time frames, you don't have to use like Ichimoku 5 lines. Maybe Kumo will be too lagging. Tenkan-sen, Kijun-sen alone could work, or Chikou span alone could work in the lower time frames. So, okay, I guess I will be ending the live stream for now, because after the big news, I think it is going to be quiet in the market. Although we see uptrend, I don't think it's going to last for long, because this is Friday. Usually on the Fridays, the market tends to close the positions and it reverses backwards. So in that sense, towards the end of today, the market can reverse and end within a range like this. So Yeah, but we'll see when it happens. Okay, so yeah, that's it for today's live stream. I hope you enjoyed it. So please have a great weekend. I think, yeah, today, this is actually the last week of August. I mean, technically next week we have some couple of days in August, but this is almost towards the end of August. So next week on the forecast, I will look at the weekly chart or monthly chart and see how monthly chart ended by the end of August, and we see the bigger picture in the markets. Always make sure to watch monthly chart every month end, and every weekend watch weekly chart, and every day end and new day you watch daily chart, so that you can also always get the bigger picture in the market and break it down to the lower time frames. Alright, so yeah, once again, thank you for joining, and I hope you're having a great day and great weekend. Tomorrow, there will be a psychology lecture, a psychology session on this live stream. So in case you haven't done the poll, please vote on YouTube community or Twitter, and I will talk about my routine, my own routine before I go to sleep. Psychology is important, mindset is important, and how to maintain mindset is important. And I have a specific routine before I go to bed to reset my brain by the end of the day as a full-time trader. So I will talk about it tomorrow. So hopefully I will see you tomorrow. And until then, please stay healthy and stay safe and stay gold. All right, bye for now, everyone. Mata ne. Thank you.